interruption is one of the most annoying things in Lord of the Rings. Upper right hand corner you have a red X, which will actually take you completely out of the game. If you use the map, you tend to want to use that one. Bad idea if you want to keep playing. So anyway, to continue, we're headed back for across the river here. There's poplar branches, but there's the fertile soil that's called for to plant seeds. And done. That's 5 of 10. Just right in the immediate vicinity. Works good. There's one more back here in the corner. And done. Okay. Need 4 more, which is going to be easy to get because there's a lot of locations around here. Well, in Ithilien. So now, on my way to the stable master.
Gondor needs your aid.
Okay. Osgiliath, where I want to go. Yeah, doing the fertile soil and that troll is actually a matter of convenience since I'm right there. Now from here, I need to go up. I'll use my warhorse for as a matter of speed. Warhorses are probably the fastest. They're a little harder to control. They slew around a little bit. If any of you remember the old NES, one of the things that you used to have to deal with is you'd go to stop moving, but you would slide forward a little bit anyway. You got that here too. I'm about to let off on run forward. Now watch this. Now, anyway, this one burns stinky flowers, and very often a spirit will turn up. You have to kill it. This one's relatively easy. I don't see any spirits. Maybe they know I'm here. And there's one. They're a fairly easy kill. For me, anyway. And more stinky flowers. One more. Ah, there it is. These are all always in the same spots. And there's the spirit. And that's done. Now, there's one more that I use for daily. It's called Grip of Mordor. It's what they call a map quest. I like to call them missions because they're not really a quest. They're not what I'd call a quest anyway. You come through in here and you go up this way, which is heading you north into North Athelion, and you run into these guys. If you kill an orc, you end up Grip of Mordor is offered. With that, you only have to kill 20 of them, and you get rep and three coins. I haven't used many of the coins. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't usually catch these two so close enough together to aggro them both, but that's okay. And you have to go up and down through here, or come through here twice. Once up, once down does it. That'll get you 20. Okay. Get rid of any bad effects. I got these two over here, and they always aggro together, or at least they have. Sometimes not. Bye. I hate cooldowns. Doesn't everybody? Okay, that's 6. Often there's one hiding back here, and there is. You know, it's funny, when I started running Aramaki, Runekeepers were considered nothing more than healers. Kind of like an elaborate monk. Pretty limited too, by comparison. Well, I looked at it, and it occurred to me, I've got some pretty good attacks. Like here, I can drop this right next to him. I've got a continuous heal that I can use. Shocking Words, for those of you who don't know, does damage, and it's an interrupt and daze. Of course, the main thing is that it's a daze. And that's 10. Come up here, hang around a little bit, wait for them to respawn. But it occurred to me, if I can self-heal, why not set up a balance of both, self-heal and attack? Well, it turned out Aramaki turned into pretty much something like a main battle tank. He takes a lot of damage because of his self-healing. I paid attention to his armor, and he can deal out a lot of damage. Now, then they redid the trait tree, so I went down the middle and grabbed a couple from the blue for healing, because the Rune of Restoration is very, very useful. If you drop that before you start an attack, it'll generally, unless you're way overmatched, it'll pretty generally keep you alive. Personally, if I could edit the messages here, the one after the the target's dead, and then you're kind of like reflexively firing anyway, which is a good idea, because it might not be dead. I'd say no target, but what I would like to know, this one here, Essence of Storm, has a shorter range than the others. You know, 30 meters, but Shocking Words has 20-meter range. So if I can hit them with Shocking Words, why does Essence of Storm come back with a message too far? Well, it's a mystery. And nope. 13 of 20. Get this one back here. Okay, run down here while everything's cooling off. See if I can get these guys. One trick I really love doing is this. Now, I'm going to show you. The first you get is the Volcanic Runestone. Then you get Molten Rock, which lets you place it. See, if you have just volcanic runestone without molten rock, it will drop the stone right next to you. But with molten rock, it lets you put it anywhere on within range that you want, like that. It gets their attention, I'll say that. They're attacking your runestone instead of you. Actually, the same thing is true of the Rune of Restoration, the healing stone. Now, I see that I've got a little bit of poisoning. So, I used Scribe a New Ending, which is good. It lets me clear off bad effects. Here's another orc. And you budding rune keepers out there will notice that I use a particular sequence in my attacks. I found them to be pretty much the most effective that I can do. These two, you trigger these two, this one will fire almost instantly after this one fires. This one, 9 times out of 10, your foe will come running at you. At first, this will say that he's out of range, but that doesn't matter much because they're going to be in range very quickly. Watch, Essay of Fire, Essence of Flame, Shocking Words. Does quite a bit of damage. And I only need one more kill and I'll be all set here. And there he is, Forsad. There we go. And he's done, and I finished it. I get steed experience, which my steed is capped, so that's no point. Legendary item experience, which I have one bridle that isn't maxed out. So the only things that are really have any use are the rep with the Host of the West and the silver pieces, which you get 3 for finishing it, which is worthwhile. As you can see, that stupid thing loaded up again. So now I use Red Dawn when I do fight from horseback, which is, I don't know, I can kill something twice as fast on foot. So, whatever. Okay, so now if you look from where I am down here, go up the road and presto, I'm back to tending the garden. Follow it up, tending the garden, And then gift from the enemy, which is actually our our stoned troll. Yeah, I realize there's a pun in there. Yeah, call him a troll statue. That works. Here, I'll show you some of the sling around. As you can see, now if I get off and I switch to as you can see, it's completely controllable. And one of the tricks here is to collect those extracts as often as possible. Because, take my word for it, you're going to need a couple thousand. Depends on what you want to do. One of the things you can do is you can get some pretty decent armor out of it. You trade that with the herbalists. The main thing though is the fact that there's like a critical element to it all, and that's the sapphire extract, which is very rare and drops. You have to trade for it, and that's why you need the crimson. You get a lot of crimson and you get a lot of verdant. You can trade them for sapphire, but like I said, it's going to take a lot. It's 250 just for one. So it takes a good deal of work to do this. And of course there's all sorts of things along the way. If you need hides, bears are good, goats are good. Almost everything in here, killing almost XX number of almost anything in here is a deed. Scroll out just a little bit so you can see a little more. Okay. We're in the zone for the seeds. And dismount. And get some skarn. There's Vetchling, which gives crimson a lot. And there's the fertile soil. Basically, I was looking for. One of the things you're gonna need if you're gonna do tasks, which I recommend, is moldy skins. You get that from almost anything on 4 legs. It's telling me to go back. Nah, I'm gonna go to the next one. And poplar. There's a lot of that up here too. Yeah, see where I'm going. This is the next zone for planting seeds, and then the next one, if I hang a left here, I can catch this one, and I'm being joined by Dirtaran. Huh? Oh. So what are you proposing to do first?
I'm getting all these.
Okay, you might as well get the trolls and the supplies too.
I got both these. Did you get these?
Mablog. Yeah.
Did you get the ones back at Ennisburg? Did you get those at the host?
Yeah, I already got that. I got the one from what's his name on the horse by
Well, I gotta do them all. I've not done them in a while.
Aragon. Yeah. Well,
Come on, bro. Give me a momento. And before you turn the light.
now over here, there's some rangers. When you first come up through here, you can go here and get the missions from these guys. I've already done them. You get them from him, Maindell, and then down on the far end there's another one that takes you all over everywhere. It's good for a few points and rep. Honestly, I don't understand the rep system for the host, but that's okay. I'll fill it in one way or another. Since I've got someone else in, since I'm now in a fellowship, I have to acknowledge that, yes, I want that. And here's the fertile soil for here. That's number 9. I'm not sure if there's another one in this immediate vicinity. You can't just loot all either. And there's number 10.
Just make it free fall.
Huh?
Make it free fall.
Yeah. And with apologies to everyone, I think I'm going to finish this one here and maybe pick it up again tomorrow. It's moving kind of slow, I think. So, anyway, take care.